Don't demand perfection. Here's my problem with perfection. It moves with change. Change happens how often? Every day, so you'll never be perfect. Isn't this discouraging for some of you? How many of you currently are or ever have been a perfectionist? Get over it. I saw some perfectionists this morning. Interesting behavior. Yeah, suck it up. Marnie said so. Interesting behavior this morning during the exercise session. Because I watched the toothpick up here giving directions. What did she weigh, like 67 pounds or what? And I'm standing at the back, out in the hall, we're in the safe zone where you don't have to participate, watching her give you directions, and here's what happened. 80% of the people in the room had no idea what she was doing. I mean, which one was it? I don't know. Okay, and I was watching you. I don't know what she's doing. I'm not sure. Okay. So as the music started playing, they were just moving. I don't know what's going on. I'm just moving. Okay. 10% had it down. Did you watch the guy over here? I got tired watching him. And I look around the room, sure enough, 1 out of every 10. They're doing it, they're doing it. And then there was the 10% perfectionists who said to themselves, I didn't understand the instructions, so I'm not doing anything. You know what they did? They went for coffee, they went to the washroom, they walked out of the room, they left the room. These are not the quitters that Marnie talked about. These are the perfectionists. Because if they couldn't get it right, they were not participating at all, I'll tell you that. So they just checked out. I like the 80% just moving. We're moving. I don't know what we're moving. But you see, 10% had to be perfect. Those perfectionists in the room, if you are not perfect, who do you beat up on? Yourself. Because here it is at the end of the day when you made a mistake. Oh, look. Another mistake in this miserable existence I call life. My parents were right. I'm a loser. I'll never amount to anything. I think I'll be sick now. How many of you have ever made yourself sick? Ever done that? You all have. You know, thank you very much for coughing. You know, during the presentation, you notice there'll be about 10, 12 people in the room that either sniff or cough. That means the germs are in here right now. So with me, everybody take a deep breath. Come on, suck them in. There you go. How many of you are going to be sick tomorrow? People say, heck no, conference isn't over yet. I'll be sick on Thursday. And I can phone in and say, the conference just wore me out. I'm sick. See, I found that. I did that once on a Friday, and I said, how are you going to get sick tomorrow? And I had a woman in the class stood up and said, it's the weekend. I'll wait till Monday. So you can choose to be something other than perfect. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you to go out and make mistakes. I think we should all be striving to get better, but perfect is just a goofy goal.
78% are followers. They watch and copy, 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 watch and copy. That means that more than 3 out of 4 of you are waiting for somebody, remember that somebody, to go first. I wish somebody would do something. If you're sitting next to somebody right now that you work with, you're probably looking at them thinking, are you going to do this stuff? If you do it, I'll do it, but I don't want to be first. People say people aren't sheep. Yes, they are. How many of you have ever looked at your boss in the morning to determine how the rest of the day was going to go? What's he look like today? I don't know. Can't see him yet. We better wait. Or, it's Wednesday. She's nuts on Wednesday. Let's just hide. Anybody here ever had bad experience as a customer? Asked to speak to the manager? Who comes out? A bigger version of the person that just beat up on you. I do not believe that frontline people invent behavior. I think they copy their boss. Because they don't care if they get in trouble with customers. Just don't get in trouble with the boss. Easiest way to avoid getting in trouble with the boss is to be just like the boss. If the boss is good, they'll be good. If the boss is nuts, they'll be nuts. People say people can think independently. That's ridiculous. I didn't say they can't think. They're thinking about how to avoid getting in trouble. That's what they're thinking about. But I mean, if you're walking around and you're supposed to be the leader, oh, it's really bad. We're all in trouble now. We're going to die. 2 weeks later, everybody in the building, oh, gee, they look just like you. Now, you parents know this is true. Because how many of you are parents hate it when your spouse points out the thing your child is doing that's not all that good, that's just like you? My wife looks at my son and turns to me and says, there you are, little you reincarnated. But he's bigger than me, but he does all the same things. How many of you have found your children matching you to a frightening degree? It's a little version of you running around. They walk like you, they talk like you, they write like you, they even look like you. Actually scarier when they don't. Who's that? Bill the milkman. Never mind. I mean, really? Okay, you know. They copy. 78% are followers. 5% lead. 5% lead, 78% follow. So how many are left? I don't have my calculator. How many are left? 17, thank you. What are the 17%ers doing? They have no idea where everybody else went. In the workplace, it's not a popular. Sometimes you have to make what? Tough decisions. But a lot of people don't. What do? They call meetings. Do you know why? Because when you were young, you were told something. When you're as a child, and everything you were told instantly as a child, everything is still in your head. Did you know that? You forget nothing. Nothing. It's in there. Now, I'm not talking about the time last week when you went downstairs and had no idea where you're there. That's a different problem. I'm talking about the stuff that was told to you, okay? It's all recorded in your head. Little tape recorder right back here. Tape recorder. Boop, boop, okay, right there. Okay? Now, if you're under the age of 30, well, you probably have a compact disc or an iPod in your head. A couple of people in the room working on 78s, but that's all right. I mean, really. And the younger people are thinking, what's a 78? It's like a big vinyl frisbee. Never mind. Followed by smaller ones with annoying plastic things you put in the middle. Remember 45? We won't even talk about 8-track because that was just bad technology. But you don't think you got stuff in your head? I'll guarantee you do, because if you ever go out for lunch with somebody you don't know, your mother will click on, what does she say? Get your elbows off the table, don't eat fast, and don't speak until you're spoken to. See, we got lessons that were burned into our brain. Some lessons we got have helped us to survive and live this long out there in that big wild world. What were some other messages you heard as a child that have allowed you to survive? Look both ways before you cross the street. Anybody ever hear that one? Both ways. And we've got really lazy. We only look one way. Anything coming? No? Stuff up? Okay. I was in Australia not that long ago. You want to look both ways. Because if you walk up to the street, because they're on the other side of the road, anything coming? No. Step off, you're dead. Okay? So you got to look both ways. Okay? Lazy. Don't run with. Oh, good. Always wear clean underwear. Why? Because why? Altogether, you could be. And you don't think you're programmed. It's a very strong possibility that all your parents did not talk to each other. But you all knew that one. In fact, I've worked in 14 countries on 4 continents. I've worked in such diverse places as Saudi Arabia, the Philippines, Puerto Rico, Japan. I can throw that out anywhere in the world. Always wear clean underwear. And they all yell back, this is an international motherhood plot about clean underwear. Now think of the pressure. It has to be clean all the time. Well, let's refute that one real quickly. You're driving along in your car, you cross a railroad track, and your car stalls on the track, and there's a train coming. How clean will your underwear be? Not that clean. I worked in a hospital for 2 years, and I know darn well when they wheeled people into the emergency, nobody ever said, let's check their underwear. Nobody says that. But the mothers are telling you that. My point is, those messages are where? They're in your head. Now, you also got some ones that are holding you back. And you're still playing them. Here's a message I got as a child. Did any of you get this one? Are you sure you're telling the truth? Think hard. This means not only are you prone to lie, you don't think hard enough. Have you ever tried to think hard? Let's do it. Count of 3. Everybody think hard. 1, 2, 3, go. See, it can hurt if you think hard enough. Who's forgotten something in the last month? You said, I guess I'll have to think harder. So you did. Still wasn't there. It came out 3 days later in your car. You don't even need it now. They should have told you to think faster now. Here's another one I got. How could you be so stupid? Now, this is not regular stupid. This is so stupid. This means if there's a stupid contest, you have a really good chance of winning. So who's made a mistake in the last month at work? Come on, own up, all right? And what did you say to yourself? How could I be so stupid? Probably because you weren't thinking hard enough. That's why. But let's get back to my meeting thing. Remember, we said we have to challenge people, and people are reluctant to challenge people in the workplace. They call meetings. Because here's a message you all got as a child. If all your friends jumped off the cliff, finish it for me. What was it? Would you jump too? So now you're a manager or a leader in a business, and somebody says, we have to make a decision. And you think, I'll have to check with all my friends. So you call a meeting. Sooner or later, somebody's got to make a what? Not till they check with their friends. Meetings. And I hear it all the time from businesses. When I work with clients, we spend too much time in meetings. I then stop having them. See what happens? Well, we have to check with our friends. They don't say that, but that's the message. Visualize what success looks and feels like. It makes a world of difference. How many of you are engaged in any kind of sporting activity at all in your life other than getting up in the morning? Almost all sports are visual, are they not? Has anybody here ever thrown a football to anybody? You got somebody running down the field to throw the ball. Where do you throw the ball? At the person? Where? How do you know where to throw it? You got to visualize three things. You have to visualize where that person will be in the matter of 4 to 5 seconds based on how fast he or she is running. The second thing you have to visualize is the trajectory of the ball that you are going to throw through the air so that hopefully they match up. Wouldn't that be nice? And the third thing you have to visualize is how the dickens you're going to do the first two things when there's a 300-pound person trying to jump on you. It's not an easy job. Any of you play golf? How many of you play golf but it doesn't look like golf? Let's see your hand. It doesn't matter whether you play or not. Even if you just go down to the little mini putt with your kid and take a look at a 3-foot putt and stand over it and say, you know what? That's never going to go in. You're right. You might as well kick it. It's not going in. But if you get down there, you take a look at the hole and the ball and the grain of the grass, the slope of the green, whether it's wet or dry, and you pick a spot to hit the ball, and then you hit the ball at that spot, which can be a unique experience in itself, and the ball curls into the hole, what do you say? I knew it! Most people, when they go to play golf, here's what they do. They stand on the first tee, they look out at the first hole. What do they see when they look out there? What do they see? There's the sand trap, out of bounds, water hazard, trees. Okay, let's go. Carefully avoiding the 60-yard wide expanse of green space, they are the greenskeeper's friends, stay off the grass at all costs. That's why most people who play golf shoot exactly what they think they're going to shoot. If they're 5 strokes better, they were a little lucky that day, they made a few putts. If they're 5 strokes worse, oh, well, it's Tuesday, it was raining, I don't like the birds, I don't like the people I was playing with, I don't play good with this ball anyway, it's not good. Any excuse, not my fault. I got some really bad news for you. Life is frighteningly close to golf. In fact, if you're not getting the results you want in your life, you should take the game up because this would justify your consequences. Worst day of the week for negative folks. What's their worst day? Monday. How are you today? It's Monday, you know. I spent approximately 1/7 of my life on Monday. My attitude with Monday is if they keep showing up, I'm still there, this is good. What do they call Wednesday? What's that day? Hump day, halfway through. They don't even like Friday, because what happens 2 days after Friday? Monday! See them in the morning, say good morning, what will they say? Oh, you've met this person. What's good about? How are you today? What do you care? See you next week. Thanks for the warning.
Kit Grant is consistently rated as the top speaker at conventions and conferences. His messages of taking personal responsibility and getting the results you deserve will propel your people to higher levels of accomplishment. Kit has delivered fast-paced fun programs to hundreds of thousands of people in 14 countries on 4 continents, providing them with the tools to take immediate action. Known by clients as the Director of Comfort Zone Infiltration, he is a positive catalyst for long-term personal and professional growth. Kit's Laugh and Learn approach educates and inspires his audiences to expand their comfort zones and improve performance. He always makes you, the professional meeting planner, look great. To book Kit to speak at your next meeting, convention, or conference, please contact the organization whose name appears on this DVD. A word of warning, laughter is permitted, even encouraged, during Kit's presentations.
Physical goals on New Year's Eve when we have absolutely no idea what we're talking about. You set some incredibly stupid goal to lose 30 pounds by the end of April. You wake up the next morning, you don't feel very good, and you're trying to do the math. January, February, March, April. 4 months, 30 pounds. 7.5 pounds a month. 4 weeks per month, 7.5 pounds. Less than 2 pounds a week. I can start tomorrow. April 29th rolls around. You have to cut your leg off because you haven't started.
Do any of you hire people?